next follow-up here. So I took the water tank out completely because a couple things. I've got to try to get these pipes laying a little bit flatter, a little bit cleaner. I wanted to open up the hole that they were coming through behind the tank, and it was just too tight to work in there. So went ahead, just disconnected everything. And now what I've done, in case you ever decide to go so boldly, this is a piece that you'll find behind the water tank. It's in with a couple of screws down through some toenail brackets, and then there's just pin nails down through the top. So I just took a Sawzall and just cut those off, and that comes right out of there. They went nuts on the end, so make sure you trim the end. There's the nails that I cut off, making careful around the pipes and the electrical. Okay, so we've got this mess now, and you can see kind of underneath, this is what you got. It's completely wasted space, with the exception of this set of pipes and tank sensor wire coming through, just sort of unused. What I'm going to do is, in a later video, I'll show you how I'm going to add a hatch in the floor here to access that space, and when I cut that out, I'll be able to insulate that really well with some rock wool and maybe some foam. But what I am going to do is, on this side of this brace, I'm going to insulate real well in here for the water tank, and also seal off, I don't know if you can see in there, it's kind of dark, but I'm going to seal off the back of that space with a solid piece of 3/4 inch foam. Insulation underneath the pipe's real heavy, and then I've cut this vent in here so that air is going to circulate. So I'll seal that off, so that's a real nice tight compartment that just gets conditioned air. And then when I cut the, as I said, I cut the access panel, I'll insulate the rest of that floor. But now that I've got the tank out of there, and just to show you kind of what I did when I built the floor up, I showed you the foam earlier. I sprayed a little foam in here to seal this hole, but I'm going to redo it. But I did take some of the floor, and I cut these spacer blocks for underneath the brackets where the tank strap bolts down. So you just need a little spacer just so the strap will have something to bite against. The bolts are still long enough to fit in there. And then I've got, you probably saw it before, but I have this piece of foam that fits in there. It's going to insulate the tank, and I'll do a little bit more insulation in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything else connected and insulated, and then I'll come back on and show you what I got.